Good morning. It is Friday, July 7th, 2023. It is 6:55 a.m. in my locale. And it is currently 82 degrees. A high of 91 is supposedly coming today. So, yesterday was just a couple of tours. We had 4, and that was good. Some small ones, some big ones, 15 people. Not a whole lot of wildlife because of all the weather. However, there were some pretty dramatic things. We didn't see a lot of those crocodiles throwing stuff around, but we did see a fair amount, one of which was a pretty good size one, sitting in a place I haven't seen a crocodile ever sit, which is meaningless to you if it's on a dock. And it is on the dock about halfway down the canal. So it was very exciting for all those people to see that. And that was even exciting for me. So, let's go to our daily Zen poem. It's a little long, okay, so I'm going to brace you for that. But let's get started. Monk Chung Fan. Monk Chung Fan. You left in autumn to go to Mount Fu Fu. I don't know where Mount Fu Fu is. It is now spring and you have not yet returned. You must be fascinated by the bustling scene of falling flowers and singing birds. You must be enjoying the solitude surrounded by brooks and mountains just outside your door and window. Surrounded by hills, who cares anything about the affairs of the world? As the city dwellers gaze into the distance, they see nothing but peaks covered with clouds. Wang Wei, 701-761. You must be enjoying the solitude surrounded by books and mountains just outside your door and window. Surrounded by hills, who cares anything about the affairs of the world? As the city dwellers gaze into the distance, they see nothing but peaks covered with clouds. Those are the parts that spoke the most to me. If you've been with me for a while, I'm sure you understand why. All right, let's bang on over. As the city dwellers gaze into the distance, they see nothing but peaks covered with clouds. Yeah. Let's go for our daily rune pull. We got it. Uh-oh. Hagalas, the rune of disruption. Has no reverse. Let's go to the back of the book so I can find it. Okay, 121. 17. Here we go. Change, freedom, invention, and liberation are all attributes of this rune, so it isn't bad. Drawing it indicates a pressing need within the psyche to break free from a constricting identification with material reality and to experience the world of the archetypical mind. It is a rune of elemental control of events that may be beyond your control, but it is only an upright position. It operates in reverse. When you draw this rune, you expect disruption like a great awakener. Although the form that this awakening may vary from one person to another, you may experience a gradual feeling of coming to your senses, as though you are emerging from a long sleep. And then again, the onset of power might be to rip away the fabric of what you knew as your reality, your security, your understanding of yourself, your work, your relationships, your beliefs. However, be aware that what operates here is not ultimately an outside force, not a situation of you at the mercy of your externals, but it is your own nature that creates what is happening, and you are not without power. The inner strength you have funded until now in your life is your support and guide you at a time where everything you've taken for granted is challenged. The more severe the disruption, the more significant the timely requirements of your growth. Radical discontinuity best describes this action, and it is that the universe and your own soul are demanding that you grow. Okay, well, we definitely can look at the poem and see how it relates, in my end, how it relates to you. I am unsure. It is, you left, you went away, and you must be completely in love with the place that you are, and you don't give a darn about what other people are doing. The city dwellers gaze in the distance. They see nothing but mountains covered in clouds, okay? Because that person is in the mode of experiencing and living. The rune tells us that active living means that something's going to shift. It might be you're going to see something different. Something different may happen. You may have to reorient your thinking in order to maneuver through that process. However, it is generally a positive one. That's what it was saying. Our little book. When the three armies are already confused and doubtful, the danger of the feudal lords taking advantage of the situation arises. This is referred to as a disordered army drawing another on to victory. Okay. So this says that whatever you're fighting, wherever you're going on this, if you can get them confused and doubtful, you can charge right in. So before we go to our critters, let's pull it together. The poem talks about walking away and being interested in what is going on. The other meaning might be that he's just tired of being at the monastery and he just went somewhere else. However, I would like to see this as the place that person is now is beautiful and they're enjoying their solitude and they don't care about the affairs of the world anymore because there is no way they can either improve them or correct them. So the answer is do it yourself. I'm going to go be happy. That speaks to me. Probably speaks to many of you. The rune tells us there's going to be a shift, a change somewhere. And we have to be able to adapt to that change. And we have to be able to look inside of ourselves or what we are doing so that we can go, okay, we can work with this situation that is altering. Might be small, might be big, might be good, might be bad. How we go through that is very important. And the little book tells us that if you can get those armies, the things that you need to fight against, confused, disoriented, you can march right in and win. That has happened, hasn't it? The division of people, the division of ideas, has placed people at the faces of other people. And that lets a less significant army march right in and win. Okay? Or look like they're winning. There's always that illusion of victory. That's why my advice to just anybody is when they're trying to pit people against each other, the one thing you really need to do is you need to look at that other person. You need to find the similarities. You may not find any similarities. Okay? Or the ones that you find are inconsequential. Okay? For example, I'll use me as an example. I stand here, in the middle of nowhere, and I look over, and there is somebody half my age, female, we'll use female as an example, purple hair, nose ring, tattoos, no marketable skills, $180,000 in debt from a useless degree, and screaming at me how unfair the world is. I would reach out and I would try to find a similarity with that person, and I would go, okay, they inhale oxygen, they excrete carbon dioxide, and they eat food. What else do I have in common with this thing? Maybe some DNA sequences. So what should I do? Should I hate them? No. Should ignore them. Should turn around, walk away, and go be enjoying the solitude surrounded by brooks and mountains outside your door and window, instead of helping them because they'll just hate you for it, correcting them because they'll tell you you're wrong, trying to move them toward a different path because they will simply say that is not going to work because it does not validate their anti-life view. Teach them because they've already been proven they're unteachable. Love them. It's hard to love somebody who's stabbing you. So we need to leave them alone. Or at least move them into a place where they can do only harm to themselves and nobody else. Okay? It's called it's been called the virtual playpen. Just put them in a place that if they want to eat their own livers, they certainly can, but they can't affect anybody else who's actually doing something meaningful and operational. So, very hopeful messages. We're going to move right to our critters. Let's get over here. Come here. I like sunny side up eggs. Your obligatory queso view. Oh, we already got a snort. It's a big snort. Yeah? You got a lot to say? He's just getting ready for breakfast. He already woke up, been outside, done the whole business. Hang on, we're going to go get Bodie. Come here, Bodie. Oh, no, you're a good boy. Come here. Yes, Queso. And now begins your quiet moment of Bodie. With a little snort. What do you think? Keep looking at the window. Kisses? Kisses? Very hard sleeper, this guy. That little guy, when it was time to wake up, he didn't want to wake up. He really sleeps hard around about between, I'd say, 3 and 6. So he was totally wrapped up in the blankets. I got up, let Queso out. He didn't move. He just stayed under the blankets till about 6. And then I looked back and said, "How you doing?" And he was just staring at me. I said, "Come on." Took him down. We went outside. He did a good job. So today's plans are work. Right. And hopefully a little bit more study. Yesterday I spent some time catching up with people. Tonight I'm going to do my level best to reread the chapter that I just read, move into the next chapter, and hopefully Sunday I'm going to do at least 2 chapters and just keep moving forward. It's not going as fast as I want, but it is going. And I'm not going to beat myself up that, by the time I get home, I'm very hot, tired, and exhausted. It's not the best mode for learning. So the days that I am off, my times are early. And I can do my learning at an earlier time, and it is much more effective for me, both here and, in making sure I understand the material. Because I don't want to fail that material. I want to make sure that I understand it, because I know that when the big test comes, I'm going to have to know all of it. Am I working alone today? I think I am. I think I'm the only naturalist on. Okay. I did clean 1.5 houseboats yesterday because one of our tours we pushed to the 11. Then suddenly it was, oh no, wait, we're going out. Then we went out, and then I came back, and then I did a little bit of work, the 20-30 minutes, and then I went back out on tour again. So things got done. And I think things are going to be okay today. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sign off, feed the dogs, encode and upload this video. And I want you to have a good day too. I want you to be able to be fascinated with the bustling scene of the falling flowers and the singing birds. I want you to understand that whatever is changing, you can grow and adapt with it so that you can move forward. I want you to understand that if you can create confusion around those that do not wish you well, you will be able to win with very, very small effort. And I want to sign off the right way. If you don't take care of you, nobody else will. Thank you, Mom. Are they like-minded? Do they share your values? Do they have something to offer? Or no to any of these questions? We have nothing to offer you. Shut the door in their face. They're not tribe. It's too late. They wanted it this way. Give it to them. And give it to them good and hard. Other than that, We're going to sign off, feed the dogs, and code stuff. I want you to have a great day wherever you are. Remember, if you got to go out, go with a friend. Especially ladies, don't go alone. And number 2, please make sure you use proper situational awareness in all places. Get your head out of your phone and out of your backsides, and make sure you're looking around, because not everything that smiles at you out there is your friend. Have a great day.